So today, my talk title is You Are the Light. Especially this time of year, light is real important. We've got the equinox, we've got Christmas lights, we've got the Medora candles, we've got all this thing on lights, Christmas tree lights everywhere. But yet, you are the light. You are the light of your world. And your light can affect all the light in the world. And I want to look at that and go deeper. Science says that we emit light, communicate with, and are formed by light. We are a lower level of light, an electromagnetic field of light that can be measured. And so realize our cells are made of atoms. So our cells emit light. And this light is constantly sending and receiving information. We have the ability to adjust this light as we tune our frequency. You see, the energy we create with the emotion we attach to that energy determines the brightness of the light. If it's a low energy, if it's an energy of depression, an energy of anxiety, an energy of anger, an energy of jealousy, an energy of hopelessness, we have a dim light because that's how our frequency's been tuned. But if we have an elevated emotion of joy, of peace, of beauty, of abundance, of health, we tune our frequency and now our light becomes even more. And you know this because you meet people and you can see their light. Here's the key thing. I like to think of ourselves as that we have a dimmer switch. And we have the availability to turn the dimmer switch anytime we want. But if we don't realize we have a dimmer switch, sometimes that dimmer switch is automatically turned on and off and we don't know what's going on based on habits that we have, and those habits are adjusting our frequency. The key thing is your light makes vision possible. Whatever frequency you've tuned your light to gives you the experience you're tuned into. It's like the brighter you are, the wider the aperture of your lens and the more of infinite you can see. The lower your vibration, the lower your light level, closes that aperture and your focus becomes very limited. And when it becomes very limited, you can't see the blessings that are surrounding the challenge that's in front of you. The key thing to become aware of is that your light is only as bright as the level of your awareness. Realizing that you're not finite, that you're not alone, but rather you are an infinite, unique, and whole expression of the infinite, of love, of God, of beauty, of peace. And you're aware that you are awareness, and awareness has a body and has a mind. And awareness realizes that there's a field of infinite possibilities that you can tune into and have that experience. That awareness determines how bright you shine. The key thing about light is that light is important because we have senses. Without the sense of sight, there would be no need for light. Do you really get that? Without the sense of sight, without the sense of sight, there would be no need for light. My dog Bailey Yellow lab, 11 years old. She's been blind for 2 years. With her, I think I need to turn on the light for her to do things. And I've been testing that as a result of this talk. Don't need to turn on the light. She automatically knows where to go because her other senses are compensating for her lack of ability to see. That sense is no longer, it's unusable in her. So it's her smell and her awareness that really allow her to move. And it's amazing to me how she's adapted. The key thing to remember is you are a light in the world. You are a light in your world. You are a light in everyone's world. And your light leads you on your unique path of life experience. Where you shine your light determines where you go in your experience. Where and how you shine your light depends on who else comes into your world. Are you attracting other very high vibration light beings or low vibration light beings? Your light attracts. You see, light is one of the most powerful symbols of life. Light symbolizes the divine. If you think about all the ancient texts, they talk about God as light everywhere. They talk about light symbolizing purity. A woman on her wedding day wears a white dress. White light, white purity. It is also, light is a symbol of celebration. Brightness is all about celebrating. Light is also a symbol of what? Guidance. I see the light. Oh my God, I got the wisdom. I saw the light. It's also a symbol of wisdom, isn't it? More importantly, it's a symbol of hope. The light at the end of the tunnel. Hope. And then finally, light is a symbol of truth. If I could only connect with the infinite light, I would have my answer. So light is a powerful symbol. If you think back, in the ancients, they worshiped the sun. Why? The sun provided light. So let me ask you this. According to the Bible, what was the first thing God created? And here's what it said. God created light in the darkness. Now think about this. If there were no senses whatsoever, none of the 5 senses existed, wouldn't it just be pure darkness? We think of darkness as bad because we rely on light for our senses. But the ability to experience came from the creation of light. You needed both light and darkness. You need both yin and yang. You need both hot and cold. You need both up and down, left and right in order to experience. In order to have a sensory experience in this 3D world in which we live in, there had to be created light in order for us to experience. You see, without light, we have no idea where we are. Light gives us perspective. Light equals awareness. Light/awareness gives us perspective. The more light we have means the more aware we have, means the greater perspective we have. Our level of light, our brightness then, is the direct relationship with our level of awareness. So you may look at someone and say, they're burning bright. Well, first off, you've got to be aware enough to see that they're burning bright. And secondly, you have to know their level of awareness has got to be that way, because it's going to mirror back to us what it is. So it's real important to understand and to know that our level of light, if you're not bright right now, it's because it's your level of awareness. The brighter the light, the more attracted we are to it. Did you ever notice that? Think about a bug catcher. The bright light, what happens? The bugs go to the light. What happens when you're underwater? Where do you go? You go to the light. When you're in a cave, where do you go? You go to the light. When you see a being that's light, you go to it. When you see an animal that's light, you go to it. My yellow lab, my God, she's got this bright light. You can't help but want to go to it. My wife radiates a beautiful light most of the time. I love being with it. When it's not a bright light, I stay away from it. What's interesting is this idea of light is also used in most rituals or symbols. It's used as a symbol of God. It's used for rituals, angels in rituals. Angels are light beings, right? Light is also used in birthday cakes. Why? Every year they believe you're getting wiser, you're becoming more aware, so they add another candle. So what does that mean? You're burning brighter, you've got a brighter light. Candles are used in all sorts of rituals. Light a candle for someone, put it in church. The candle can walk into a dark room, it lights it up, you can see. The symbol for God in the Bible and Moses was what? The burning bush, light. Light is used for Christmas decorations on Christmas trees outside. It's used in fire rituals. Light is used for setting the mood of an event. Light is one of the most powerful things that we can imagine. This is the season of light. Light symbolizes awareness. With light, we have a career path. Without life, we wander aimlessly. You see, my friends, we are light beings who are always seeking a brighter light. The secret is that only we can turn our brightness. We can only turn it up for ourselves. And we do that as we become more aware. Become more aware of what? That you are the light. And your job, your role is to shine as brightly as you can so others can see you using your light. And then you join with them and create a bigger light. And you join with others and create a bigger light. And when we all come together in oneness, all that exists is light. You are enough as you are. In this holiday time, why not just be the light? Be you. Turn that frequency up. Shine brightly and join with others so that you can shine even brighter and become the light of the world.